Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. So I have been thinking about, and I shared with you that I'm going to make videos on life lessons, and I've been thinking about how should I put them across. Like, there are so many ways the life lesson comes. There are so many life lessons. Where do I kind of put them in a particular bracket so that it's easy for you to understand and it's easy for me to deliver to you those life lessons. And then I got reminded of my surrender cards, and I remember once I did talk to you about that I'm going to talk about surrender cards and the things that you need to surrender, and I am going to attach them with life lessons so that it can help you learn your life lessons. And that is what I'm going to do today. So today I'm going to talk about the life lesson. Basically the surrender card that I have today is surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Okay, so we are going to talk about where this comes from. We are going to talk about what are these outdated beliefs. We are going to talk about what is the life lesson that is attached to it, and then we are going to talk about how do you get to that life lesson, how do you put that life lesson into your life, add that into your life. Before we begin doing that, I would want to kind of tell you or make you understand what are life lessons and why the life lessons are necessary. If you get questions about it, I will make a separate video on this, but I've already made quite a bit of videos on in the playlist Soul Growth. You can find those videos on soul, on life lessons, on soul's journey. So I will request you to kind of go through those videos, because they will give you a lot of information about what I'm going to talk, and they're going to create for you a base about what I'm going to talk about here, and how do you understand your soul and your journey. And if some questions are not answered in those videos, you can send those questions to me through comments, but do watch those videos, you'll get many answers. So life lesson, why is life lesson necessary? What is the life lesson? Life lesson is when a soul takes a human birth, a human life. There is a lesson that is attached to it, because the soul will only take this birth and take this physical body because it needs to learn something. Why it needs to learn something? Because the ultimate aim of a soul is to get to moksha, and I've already done a video on moksha. Connect with the source, be one with the source. Now, how can a soul kind of attain moksha? By learning what a soul meant to learn, to an extent that it gives something back to the source or the God. And that is why your life lessons are very, very important. Now, how do you identify your life lesson? Your life problems make you help you identify your life lessons. So today we are going to talk about surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Now, we all have limiting ideas about ourselves, about one or another field of our life. So what can be those limited ideas? They can be I'm not enough. They can be I don't get or deserve love. They can be money doesn't flow to me. They can be people or relationships are not for me. I can't achieve anything. Nothing works out for me, or many other like that. Wherever you're giving yourself a negative statement, wherever you're putting yourself down, wherever you're doubting yourself, that's actually a outdated belief that you have about yourself. Now, where do these outdated beliefs come from? There is an unlimited list of outdated beliefs, and if you self-check yourself, you will find one or two outdated beliefs that you'll have about yourself. Now, where do they come from? One, they come from your childhood. Now, this will also help you to deal with your children in a better manner and to make them better human beings, or make it easy for them to learn their lessons. Now, what happens is nobody teaches, or earlier nobody used to teach how to be a good parent. So there are a lot of things as a parent that we or our parents used to tell, and that we also tell to our children at times. Like we tell them, you will not be able to do this. Let me do this. You cannot do this alone, or you're good for nothing. Nothing happens for you. You never learn. You will never be able to do anything in your life. If you do this, things will never work out for you. If you behave like this, you will never get love. So there are a lot of negative statements that we give to our children on daily basis. Now, if you're saying that once in a while, in an anger, when you are into the fit of an anger and you say that once in a while, that's all right, because everybody goes through that zone. But if you have this tendency to say this to your children over and over again, and you say this like multiple times in a week or multiple times in a day, think about it again. That is what you're creating in your child. So these same words will be echoed in his life or her life by different people, and this will become a belief system for him or her. That is why you need to change that there. And if you have a belief system like that, where you have any outdated or limiting belief about yourself, this is the one reason where it has come from. It has come from your childhood, where you were told things like this. Second, it can come from your experiences of life. So if you see failure in your relationships, if you see failure in your career, if you see money comes but flows away, it doesn't stay with you, or other things in your life, now it comes from life experiences as well. Anything that you experience once, twice, thrice in your life becomes a belief for yourself, and that is when you get into outdated beliefs. Now third, some people have a very beautiful life, all the resources, everything is there, but they still have these beliefs about themselves. It is coming from the past lives, because in past lives they've had such kind of situation, or because that was the learning they had in their past life, they couldn't learn that in that life, and it is carrying forward to the next life. Now why it is needed? Because a soul has chosen a life lesson. So this is, if it is happening to you in your childhood or in your life experiences, it's not because it is not meant to happen to you, but your parents were bad, or your friends were bad, or your bosses were bad. No, absolutely not. Your soul has perfectly designed this whole thing to come back to you over and over again, so that you learn your life lesson that is attached to this. So now what is the life lesson that is attached to this? The life lesson that is attached to this is self-love or self-belief. So you have to have love for yourself, and you have to have belief in yourself. When you have self-belief and when you have self-love, you will never doubt yourself. You'll never have outdated negative beliefs about yourself. So it's very easy, somebody who's had bad experience in his or her life, and someone else says, change your outdated beliefs. Very easy to say, right? Very difficult to do. So how will you do that? I'm going to give you some tips that will help you do that. First is an affirmation. So you have to keep telling this to yourself. You can do that while you're working, while you're going to sleep, or during the day when these negative beliefs about anything come to you. You have to immediately tell yourself, I'm enough. I attract love, health, wealth, happiness, money, and abundance in my life every day and in every form. The more I love and believe in myself, the more opportunities, love, happiness I receive from the universe. Now, when you keep telling this to yourself, what will happen is our subconscious is made of what we tell our subconscious most of the time. So during 24 hours, what is the thing that you're mostly thinking and mostly telling is what is generated or created for you. When you start affirming and when you start saying this thing to you over and over again, though it is not happening in your life right now, but if you keep doing that, it will start happening in your life. It will become your belief system. And when this becomes your belief system, you're learning your lesson. And if you're learning your lesson, life will become much beautiful, much more easy, much better. Now, another thing that you can do is practice chantings. And chanting can be anything. Whenever these thoughts kind of occurring in your mind, you are doing anything where you're not using your brains, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you are traveling, anything. Keep on chanting something. You can sing a song, you can sing a nursery rhyme, you can pray, you can say a prayer, but you have to speak it out so that you are able to listen to yourself and you are able to kind of get rid of that thought. Last but not the least, you can do a thank you exercise. I'll leave the link in the description box. Practice thank you exercise. The thank you exercise is designed in a way that it helps you learn to love yourself, your body, nurture yourself, your body, and every experiences that you have in your life, and learn from that and move forward and attract better things in your life. So when you start doing these things, you will be able to surrender the outdated beliefs in yourself, and you will be learning the lesson of self-love and self-belief. And then what will happen is you can own your power and you can soar in your life. So this is your life lesson of self-love and self-belief, and these are few things that if they are happening in your life, this is your life lesson. Slowly and gradually I'll cover a lot more. If you can, please share the video with everyone, and if you can, please subscribe the channel. Let's see what is the message for you guys. Angels, message for the viewers. Hostilities. There are things that we are hostile about. There are things that we want to fight. There are things that we don't want to give up upon. And out of these things, a lot of things are negative. A lot of things are which we believe about ourselves or which we believe about other people, but they are not real. So you have to think about where are you becoming hostile with yourself and bring in that change in yourself. Also, this could be a message that there could be a situation in your life where you're feeling hostile, where you're feeling that things are working against you, forces are working against you, things are said against you. The cards are saying that rather than getting into a fight, rather than thinking about that, why don't you work on yourself? Why don't you have your guards high, have your sword high, but at the same time not indulge into it so much that you lose your path? This person has come from so far, and if he sees that there is a lot of fog in his path now where he has come from, and he's still looking for some people who are being hostile to him. He has now put down his headgear down. He has his sword up still, but he's thinking as to whether should he move forward and charge at people, or whether should he actually, call more people or just be with himself. So choice is definitely yours. But if there are people, situations that are hostile, you need to be in your power. You need to be ready to charge, but at the same time believe in yourself. That will help you. So this is the message that I had, and I will see you with the next video very soon. Till then, I hope this video helps you. Leave the comments, leave the feedback. Take care of yourself. Bye bye. Thank you.